Made a video. Was it the last video? I can't remember. I think I've uploaded another one, which is supposed to be. It doesn't matter anyway. Um, I spoke about how you are just a a different configuration of previous energies of previous kind of expressions of the one energy. That's a better way to say it. So you're just an expression of previous expressions of the one energy. So essentially, you were made, you didn't evolve from anything, no big bang, no fucking nothing. You were made, yeah, by two energies combining to bring you here. So essentially, that's kind of like the whole story in a nutshell, yeah. So if we look at it from a visual standpoint, right? Where's my pencil? From a visual standpoint, where are we? So let's assume these are the very first people that appeared in this dimension. We don't know how they got here. The Big Bang doesn't stack up. None of those bullshit stories stack up. All we do know is male and female exist here, yeah? Male and female. Okay. Cool. Now, let's think of it as male, female. That's the particular configuration of the male, particular configuration of the female, yeah? Now, when the male and the female reproduce, yeah, let's say this is their son, ZA, yeah? ZA is his parents' energy, or they're not really here, it's the energy we're talking about. The parents are just stick people. So this is a mixture of this and this, but in a different configuration. This couldn't come from any other place. All the materials came from these two containers, yeah? So he, however way we want to calculate it, is related to the very first expressions of humans. Yeah, the very first expression of consciousness as human. This chap is related to them. He is actually them, but just in a different configuration. Now he comes across another female who's also been through this whole process because she's also related to them, and they have a son or daughter, whatever. Initially, when a child is born, it's neutral. Yeah, we've discussed this. You can check out my other stuff. You can see, and eventually, as they will express in one form, either male or female. The other dog crap is just dog crap. Don't follow it. It's stupid. It's just stupid stuff, honestly. Now, this female, because of the limited awareness, will see herself as, I am the child of ZA and BY, yeah? But I am my own, I'm a separate thing, blah, blah, blah. There might even be things in that configuration that seem a bit different to the parents. This is what in biology we call recessive genes, yeah? So you might have a gene which is not very dominant, but is there. Where did it come from? It was there from a previous expression of consciousness, yeah, in human form. So that's why you can have a dark-skinned person have blue eyes or something like this, or a fair-skinned person having really dark brown eyes or very curly hair or very olive skin or whatever it is, right? Even though their parents are like chalk white, yeah, because the information is already there in the containers. It's just two containers, right, that are just constantly being remixed, if you like, or reconfigured. Yeah, and that's what you are. That's the configuration of energy. So these two are just the configuration of energy, or God, consciousness, or life itself. Yeah. So you finding yourself here, in reality, your real name is, or your real lineage is XY, and all this other stuff, all these other until here. That's actually who you actually are. You know, you're not some, you know, unique thing. How can you be? It's not possible. It's not possible. All your genetic material came from these two containers. Your parents' genetic material came from these two containers. Their genetic material came from those two containers. And it goes to this point, the very first point. And that's what we are. I mean, people can say that we're all different, and I mean, Chinese people and people from the Far East, they have like features, or Africans may have features, or Europeans may have features. Yes, we have features, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that we are different, because those features can be configured into any of the quote unquote groups. It can be. It's been done before. If you don't know, it's been done before. When humans have tried to play God, it's been done before. You understand? We're one thing, just expressing as human. Anyway, let's go on to the second part of the thing. The real thing I wanted to talk about was, wait a minute. Get rid of this shit. That God is actually a blob of energy. Yeah? This blob of energy is what consciousness is. Now, let's go back to our triangle, yeah? So, positive, negative, and neutral, yeah? We don't know how it got here. We just know it's here. And we know that this plus this equals that. And then that will either expresses that or expresses this. And the cycle continues, yeah? So it goes one way. For my, it's almost like, it's like a sine wave of sorts. It travels one way, then travels the other way, travels one way, travels the other way, yeah? Zeros and ones, basically. Now, when I say that consciousness, what's wrong with this? Consciousness is a blob. This blob, although it might look disorganized, it's a collection of an infinite number of these. Let's make it simple. Masculine here, feminine here. Specific configurations. Hasn't happened before. It's not like this configuration or that. It's one of one, yeah? Because it's a unique configuration. Because even twins are not the same, yeah? So these two, when they mix their energies, that'll create another unique configuration, which has also never happened before. Even on a physical, in terms of the unit or the space that this being occupies in time, yeah, when it's born, it occupies its own unique spot. I actually got a video on that. I'm gonna release that, so you can see. So that triangle, yeah, is there. Now this male, let's say this child grows up to be a male, he finds a female who's also a unique configuration somewhere. They reproduce, also a unique thing, yeah, unique expression. That unique expression will also go on to maybe meet somebody. Oh, not his own mom. That's weird. This male might then go on to meet another female at this point, and then they might go off to have a child at this point. So you see, it's just the expressions are just a blob of energy, and within this expression is what everything we're experiencing is happening here, bro. Everything is happening here. We're just looking at it through these glasses, but it's all happening here. And this is the boundary of man, yeah? If you think about it, this is the boundary. There is a boundary, because if you look at it, the best example I can give you is the Vitruvian Man. There is a boundary because, like I've said before, there is a toolbox, or there is a range of expression of what a hand can be, even a disabled hand, right down to a super efficient or long fingered, long nailed, whatever hand. There is a range. We can't exceed that range. Nobody's going to be born with arms that are made of water because it's not in the configuration. You remember the containers I showed you before? That's it. So we have a kind of boundary of expression. The reason why ascension is key is if we don't ascend, we are not actually going to reach the boundary for us to be able to evolve. We will actually start to shrivel the blob of consciousness having a human experience until it deletes itself. That's why ascension is important. That's why focusing on what's within is important. That's why not living in the flesh is important, because I've just showed you the flesh is just stick people. They don't even exist. So anyway, it's just a short one really. Happy Saturday.